So lads, video number 2 of the day. Just a little bit of NBA news, lads. Some absolutely crazy news has happened today. And I mean, like, is there any news today that's really going to affect the NBA season? Probably not. But it doesn't change the fact that today and yesterday's been a day for weird news. So, like, I think the Nets are pretty confident they're going to re-sign Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving to long-term contracts. So not Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving and James Harden to long-term contracts, meaning that they're going to go at it another few years. The only thing that does is mean that it's unlikely that the Houston picks are good early. But I mean, man, that doesn't matter. Houston Rockets they nailed this draft. I made the video yesterday. They absolutely nailed the draft. They nailed it. But J.R. Smith, lads. The most J.R. Smith possible thing. The most J.R. Smith possible thing, lads. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. So before anything else, I don't really want to talk about LiAngelo Ball yet, because it's a topic that's going to get views. And I want to watch Game 4. I want to watch his fourth Summer League game. I want to watch him a little bit more before I come to a final conclusion. He does... There's no question about it that he shoots the ball well in a catch-and-shoot situation. And considering the fact he wasn't good today, but he was also spectacular in Game 1 and decent in Game 2. So it's going to be an interesting thing. And I'm going to watch a little bit in more detail. And I'm going to do a bit of a kind of breakdown. I'm going to watch what he does and what he doesn't do. And see what will translate for him if he is to make the NBA. But I do believe LiAngelo is going to get a shot. I'm still not fully convinced. I am still not fully convinced that LiAngelo Ball is going to make an impact on an NBA team. But I do think there's no question that he deserves a shot in preseason. Like, preseason's a step up from Summer League. He's been okay in Summer League. He's definitely looked like he belongs out there in Summer League. And the question is he going to look like he belongs in preseason? If not, he's probably going to play in the G League. If he plays well in the G League, he might get a call up, and you just never know. But I think amongst people with a bit more of a level head, I think that, like, LiAngelo Ball is going to come in as a starter. He's already, like, for people that are level-headed, I think that kind of hype has completely died down. It really has. But yeah, I really don't think... One of my guilty pleasures, though, is looking at Twitter and looking at the ball stands, though. It really is. Like, I saw earlier that apparently, according to the ball stands, LiAngelo Ball was a projected top 10 pick in the 2018 NBA draft and disappeared off the boards when he got arrested. He was not a top 200 recruit in high school. And he was projected to be a 4-year player and sit on the bench his whole first year at UCLA. But yeah, revisionist history is what it is. And also that LiAngelo Ball is already a top 10 shooter in the NBA. I've heard that take as well. Madness. Absolute madness. But if I am going to make the video, I'm going to be comparing the shots that he gets to the likes of Kyle Korver, and why I believe he kind of just needs to do something else well enough. He's playing hard, though. He's playing hard. Couldn't care less about the prayer shot he hit earlier. The highlight prayer shot that he hit earlier today. Like, that's... Yeah, you need to be somewhat skilled to make that shot, but, like, even for the most skilled player, that's a shot that goes in at a 10% rate. He just happened to hit the 1 out of 10. Even for him, that's a 10% shot. That's not over a 10% shot for anyone in the world. But yeah, I will talk a little bit more about that in the future, and I'll show a lot more detail about that. But I kind of have to mention LiAngelo Ball because, again, it's interesting to watch. It is interesting to watch LiAngelo Ball. And, like, the thing is that players of his level in the Summer League that are, like, decent options, like third, fourth best players on the floor at any given times, like solid glue guys. Like, we don't care. We could not care less about role players in Summer League. We're infatuated by this, and I gotta say, fair play to LeVar Ball, because, man, I'm just saying, if it was not for LeVar Ball, he would not be getting LeVar Ball and LaMelo. He would not be getting a chance right now, but he seems to be taking his chance. So fair play. Then Udonis Haslem returning to the Miami Heat. As a Heat fan, I'm happy about this. 41 years old, man. Why not? The 15th man off the bench. It's a tough role to play. It is a tough role to play. It's basically like an extra assistant coach. But the job of the 15th man off the bench, the Jared Dudley role, the Udonis Haslem role, it is underappreciated in the NBA. Like, everyone's talking about these guys that they shouldn't be in the league. No, you don't understand. The 15th man's not there to play. The 15th man is there to be a veteran leader, to hit people and play hard in practice, to be the first guy in the gym, the last guy to leave. When things are going wrong, they're the emotional leaders of the team. They're the guys that are going to throw a couple of chairs. They are the glue guys off the floor. The 15th man might be the most underappreciated role in basketball because it is a lot of the time the middleman between the players and the staff. It's the guy that is going to instill kind of a certain a type of culture on the players. The 15th man is so important, and anyone who's ever played basketball knows that. Anyone who's ever played on a sport team. And it's a big reason why, like, when it came to playing in the top leagues over here, I was bad. Because my first year, like 18, 19, man, I was like, whatever, I'm 19, playing with grown men, like, I'm coming at the end of the bench. Man, I was pissed the whole time. I was just annoyed that I wasn't playing. The ability to sit on the end of the bench, be ready when you're called. That is so important. Be ready when you're called and keep being a positive influence on the team is so hard. It is so hard, especially in the NBA where almost every player has to have some sort of an ego, incredible level of confidence. Because let's be real, if you didn't have a super, super high level of confidence, you were never making the NBA. But being able to play that 15th man role is so important. And there are not a lot of guys that do it better than Udonis Haslem. So yeah, he's not going to get on the floor. Even as an assistant coach, I think you'd rather have him as the 15th man, the assistant coach. Bit of a Juwan Howard role. And Dame. How much you want to bet before the NBA season starts and the Lakers still get Dame? He said bet $1 million. Like, they're not getting Dame. Like, they're 100% not getting Dame. I don't know what this tweet is. Like, I don't know what the replies are. I don't even know if he's saying bet $1 million that he's going to be on the Lakers or bet $1 million that he's not going to be on the Lakers. The Lakers can't afford him, first of all, unless I don't think they can trade Westbrook. It's the only way to make the salaries match. But yeah, Dame's probably not leaving this season, or at least before the season. Dame's highly unlikely to pull a James Harden or a Ben Simmons and just ghost the franchise. But I really doubt Dame might get traded during the season. He's not getting traded before the season. He really is not getting traded before the season. So then, the main story. J.R. Smith, the most J.R. Smith story you will ever hear. J.R. Smith is going back to college and intends to play golf. He is trying to see if the NCAA will approve him to play golf. I'm not even kidding. He wants to play golf. Like, what's his handicap? And individuals shall not be eligible if he's ever competed on a professional team in that sport. I mean, he's also never competed. He's also never competed in golf professionally, as far as I'm aware. I need to see what his handicap is. It's like, unless he plays off scratch, he's not making a college team, is he? He plays off a 5 handicap. Come on. Come on, man. Like, here. This is just for the lulz. How is he meant to play off a 5? How is he meant to play college golf off a 5 handicap? I'm pretty sure, is that not Michael Jordan's handicap? Is that the same handicap as Michael Jordan has? Apparently Michael Jordan plays between 1.3 and 3. Man, Michael Jordan's a serious golfer. He is a serious golfer. Okay, Samuel L. Jackson's a handicap of 6. So he is a slightly better golfer than Samuel L. Jackson. I'm not sure Samuel L. Jackson would be, playing college golf. But yeah, this is a this is a story that is very much just for some publicity. Maybe he makes the golf team, but I mean, maybe they're terrible at golf, and having him on the team is better than not having him on the team. That would make sense. Like, if they're absolutely terrible at golf, you would rather have J.R. Smith out there playing golf because it would be great publicity for your university. It would be great publicity for the university. But man, he's actually, like, he's a great golfer. Like, 5 handicap is pretty good at golf. But I mean, like, if you're not playing off scratch, you're probably not going to do much playing college golf. Like, again, like, I know a few lads that went over to the States to play college golf from Ireland. Thankfully, golf is one of the sports we're actually pretty good at over here. And, like, they're all playing off scratch. That's interesting. And then, all I'm going to say, lads, this is a crazy situation. So, Andre Drummond managed to jump into the pool. His son obviously decided to jump into the pool. Andre Drummond straight away goes and saves his son. And, yeah, that's kind of mad. So, all I'm going to say is that, lads, Andre Drummond could win 10 championships in a row. Andre Drummond could break Will Chamberlain's 100-point scoring record while winning unanimous MVP, going 82-0. What he did today is, we need to put things in perspective. What he did just there, I don't want to just keep showing the video, but what he did just there is more important than all of that. It's more important than all of that. And sometimes we just got to take into account that there is more to life than basketball. Like, Andre Drummond is the whipping boy of a lot of people, like on Twitter, on social media, for basketball reasons. And you know what? I'm good. If the talk is purely basketball, look, say what you want. But, like, at the end of the day, there are always more important things in life than basketball. So, at this stage, if you're attacking Andre Drummond's character, and this is the thing with a lot of NBA players, like, if you're attacking their character purely based on basketball, that's fine. But attacking their character as people, they're two completely different things. And I think that situation, while it's not necessarily news, it's nothing to do with basketball, it just kind of puts into a little bit of perspective that, like, there is more to life than basketball. There are a lot more important things in life than basketball. And when an NBA player says it, you hear the Stephen A. Smith being like, no, basically trying to tell them that basketball is the most important thing. Yeah, for Stephen A. Smith, the most important thing that any of these players do is play basketball because that's how he makes money. Let's be real. For me, the most important thing in my life any of these guys will do is play basketball. But it's not the most important thing. To them, basketball is either a job or a sport they play for fun. So I think we just need to take basketball we just need to take things into perspective a little bit more. And Andre Drummond, regardless of what he's done on the floor, regardless of his inability to shoot a free throw, regardless of the fact that he really underperformed for the Lakers, regardless of the fact that him and Joel Embiid have been going at each other for years and now suddenly they're meant to be teammates, regardless of the fact that there's still memes about him with Jeanette McCurdy from iCarly all those years ago, Andre Drummond's a hero. I just gotta say that there. Like, whatever, if you want to clown him on social media, I can't stop you. I wouldn't advise it because, let's be real, as someone who gets my fair share of abuse on social media, it's probably not the nicest thing to do. But Andre Drummond's a hero, and you can't say otherwise. So anyway, that's the video. LiAngelo Ball, pretty decent. Udonis Haslem, great to see him back as a Heat fan. And J.R. Smith, in what is one of the craziest stories ever, is apparently going back to play golf. So yeah, that is pretty much it. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.